News bloopers that actually aired. Reporters are always professional, keep a straight face, and tell the news in a very serious way. However, they're still people, and people make mistakes, even if millions of people watch those mistakes on TV. Some of these mistakes on screen are just funny, others are cute, and many are just plain embarrassing. It's a good thing that these news reporters didn't lose their jobs because of these mistakes. Instead, everyone just laughed about it. Legs for days. Kimberly Guileful has been a host and reporter for Fox News for a long time. In 2018, she started dating Donald Trump Jr. On TV, though, she's famous for her long legs, which her director always makes sure to point out. So when Guileful appears on the news or a talk show, the first thing we notice about her are her long legs and curvy body. We don't know about you, but it really takes our attention away from the news they're talking about. Pooch steals all the attention. With all of her years of experience in front of a camera, you might think that Russian news reporter Ilona Lenarte would be ready for anything on TV, but not even she thought that a part of her show that seemed easy would go so wrong. A friendly black Labrador retriever seemed to have wandered onto the set where Ilona was filming and wanted some airtime too. He surprised the reporter by jumping up right next to her. Lenarte likes cats more than dogs, so the visitor was not welcome. A one-of-a-kind exit. Janet Garcia is a Mexican weather reporter who's popular on social media and has been called the world's hottest weather girl. The pretty woman takes her job very seriously and gets people interested in the weather, which is usually a boring topic. Janet has found a new way to gain attention and get more people to watch, and it's as simple as dressing up and having fun. So when the backroom team wanted to trick her, they played Get Lucky by Daft Punk while they were shooting, and she just laughed and waved goodbye to the crowd. Dad, can we just say hello? People were stuck at home when the pandemic hit, but there was still work to be done and bills to pay. So while everyone else worked from home, writers like WCBS reporter Lonnie Quinn were forced to do the same. Lonnie was giving the weather report from his home when his two cute kids decided to join him. Lonnie didn't tell them to leave. Instead, he kept doing his job, and the piece became popular on the internet because it was so cute. An oops moment. Nali Lopez, a reporter from Mexico, has been in the news for a long time, but it looked like she wasn't supposed to be shooting on this day because Nali went to work looking like she was going camping instead of bringing the news. We thought she was on vacation because she was wearing a bright red jacket and shorts that showed a lot of skin. However, her bosses called her into work because of an emergency. Still, Lopez makes a lot of money as a model and still does some news reporting now and then. A paunchy blooper. Working from home is a big change that's happened in the world in recent years. Many people will tell you that it's very convenient and saves a lot of time in general. It does, however, bring up some new, very interesting problems. Jessica Lange was given a remote news report when all of a sudden her dad showed up on the other end of the camera with his round stomach. As he put on a t-shirt, he said a lot about himself, and Jessica still posted the video on her social media accounts. A huge mishap. If you've seen Romanian reporter Roxana Vencia on TV before, you know that she usually wears clothes that show a lot of skin. Hey, it's her choice, and it seems to be doing wonders for her numbers, so why not? But on this day, Roxana's outfit was smaller and more revealing than usual. When she jumped up in the air with her arms wide open, her goods fell right out of her shirt and were shown on a live show for everyone to see. Yikes! She was lucky she didn't get fired, but she did get a lot of attention on social media. An unexpected co-host. Let us warn you, this one is shocking and very embarrassing. Alfonso Merlos, a Spanish writer, may have just made the worst mistake on our long list of bad news. But Alfonso's big mistake can teach us all something, like telling your partner that you're going to record yourself live. People were shocked to see a naked woman walk behind him when he was giving the news from his home, and he wasn't ready for the media storm that was about to hit him. Alfonso, who had just gotten divorced, had to say sorry in public, but we'd already seen everything. She's dressed, right? When reporter Belinda Russell showed up on the screen one day, It was the biggest shock of our lives. We all thought the same thing. Are we dreaming, or is that woman not wearing any clothes? We're glad we took a closer look and saw that there was more to it than we first saw. Belinda was wearing a flesh-colored corset and had on all of her clothes. We don't know what made the woman choose such an interesting outfit for a weather report. It's not the right thing to wear. Well, at least it's interesting to watch on TV. A new level of transparency. Today, meteorologist Liberty Chan learned something important. That's when people say they want newsreaders to be honest, they don't mean it in the literal way. She wore a white dress to work one day and didn't fit in as well as she should have. See, her dress was the same color as the screen, and the camera just put the rain and snow on top of her. This mistake kept happening until a coworker jumped into the screen and gave Chan his jacket. Chan kept going with a big smile on her face. The Matrix is glittering. When ABC 7's reporter Mark Brown was talking about the terrible news of a sexual assault and the search for the person who did it, a man came up to him and said, "I know who did it." Imagine how horrified the people at home must have looked when they saw the perp's sketch on the screen. As Mark talked about the case, we all started to notice how much the host and the person in the picture looked alike. It was eerie. We had one of the funniest journalism bloopers ever because of this mistake. Co-host to the rescue. On-screen reporters, especially women who almost always wear dresses, are supposed to look good. When they came back from a commercial break, well-known reporter Samantha Armitage saw that her co-anchor was holding her belt on her tummy. No, it wasn't rude for the man to hold her because he was just trying to help her after she had a clothing accident. He held the dress up until people from costume rushed in behind her to fix the problem. A pantless job. Every year after 2019 has gotten harder, but even in the worst of times, there have been plenty of mistakes in the press that have made us laugh. One thing that made us laugh was that Speaker Majid Asfour looked very nice when he was on the news. People who watched him on TV didn't know that he was only wearing a jacket, shirt, and tie with his shorts because he didn't want to wear his dress pants. It looks like someone from his own neighborhood put him out there on social media. Messing with the wrong guy. It's not always fun to give the news, and the reporter has to pay attention the whole time he's on air. When John Palminteri was doing a live report from Santa Barbara, it was all business. But then something unexpected happened. Palminteri is usually known as a gentleman, but when a young man jumped right next to him in front of the camera to take a selfie with him, John had to push the man away angrily because he was breaking a live feed. The end of the world is near. Isn't it true that sometimes it feels like 1,000 degrees outside? But if it's really 1,000 degrees, no one can stay alive. And yet, when Corey McCloskey, a weatherman, saw that some towns in Phoenix were on fire, he was shocked. Since the map showed temperatures of 2,960 degrees and 1,350 degrees, it's possible that the station had a technical problem. Before it was fixed, Corey made a joke about how everyone should leave as soon as possible while there's still time.